See, being a man that embodies masculinity, and that man that's confident, a man that's assertive, a man that's clear, it's not about being unscared. It's not about being somebody that always has it together. It's about even when you are scared, you remain open. Even when you feel like this, when you see the girl that you want to talk to, you feel like this, you feel like you're closing down your throat, maybe your voice gets shaky, your heart starts to rate really fast, your knees start to get a bit shaky, you get those butterfly feeling in your stomach, your brain starts to run wild. It's not about being someone that falls under that. It's about when that's happening, can you observe it and not fall under it? Can you be somebody that remains full, deep in their breath when all of this is happening? When I first walked up here and I'm doing like this in front of you guys, my heart is dumping like this. But I'm still open in my core. When you see a woman and you feel all these sensations and you're like, oh my God, my body's doing this, I feel like this, and you feel like you walk up to her like this, that's actually how you're like, if you look at your, if somebody just took a picture of what's happening inside of you, it's this guy that's like this. He becomes a crippled guy and he walks up to the girl, really. Honestly, that's the truth. But if you remain full, deep, expanded in your breath, you can be open and scared at the same time, which is the most beautiful mix that a woman can feel from you. A woman loves confidence. She does. But what she loves even more is a man that's open, scared, and confident at the same time. Because he is the real deal. A man that tries to fake like he's confident when he's not the real deal. I'm not telling you to go up to a woman and be like, hi. I'm not telling you to do that. But I'm saying if you can remain full in your breath, you'll start to notice different things. I need one brave person to walk up here. One person that can come on. Now, all right, give him a round of applause. All right, what's your name?
Flo.
Flo?
Flo, but just Flo.
Flo, all right. Now, Flo, do you feel any sensations in your body right now?
A little bit excited, but yeah.
Do you feel nervousness or anything like that?
No.
Okay, good. Now, what I want you to do is that I want you to tell me and the crowd, what is your favorite part of a woman's body?
There's so many.
So just the one.
I think it's the hips, the shape.
Okay. Now, describe what about the hips you like.
When I see her walking and they're like moving, and the H shape, and also when you like cuddle with a woman and they have the you can place your hand here kind of thing.
Now, something you're doing very good is that you are doing it with a masculine way. You know, the way that, the body moves like this, and, when you cuddle with her and you do like that. Now, what I want you to try some, all right? This might be a bit out of your comfort zone, but you're going to step into the feminine, all right?
Okay.
Now, this time when you describe it, I want you to use more of your body and use more emotion, okay? Because the feminine is about emoting, expressing, okay? I'm going to show you first before you do it.
Right.
Now, my favorite part of a woman's body, and I love when I show my friends this because they're just going to laugh, is her ass. Woo-hoo. All right, so when I'm there and I see a girl's ass and I'm really into it, the thing about it that I love is the plumpness of it. It's just when you grab it, it's just, my God. My favorite thing is just looking at a girl from the side and just seeing that and just wanting to just move around on it and bring her in close to me and just have her move with me. That's what I like. Now, I want you to talk about a woman's hips in a way that if she was in front of you right now, she wouldn't know that you're really into her hips. Go.
So what I really like about a woman is her hips. It's when she walks like this, and when she has this. Actually, when I look from her from behind, and she has the like the tail kind of thing, like this shape.
Ah, yes, yes.
Yeah, I like that. And
Do you see more energy come out of him? He's like, yeah, I like that. Yeah, indeed. Very good. So that's how you play out more of the feminine. Now, even with doing that, you felt your energy go up because what? You really got into it. Yes. And let's say that you describe, if a woman said, well, tell me what you liked about your trip, and you was like, I like, when we went to this and this. But when she says, tell me about your trip, she's actually moving into the observer, and in that moment, you can start expressing.
so in that moment, it's okay that you're feminine.
Yes. Guys are afraid of that because they're so used to being told that if you start expressing yourself, if you start being in the feminine, then the girl won't be attracted to you. That's not the truth. It is an oscillating between both people sometimes playing out the masculine and the feminine. But your core is probably masculine. So you're not going to be walking around all the time expressing yourself, but there's times where you can.
And where you should, right?
Absolutely. Now that I've told you to do this, you're ready to go. Now that I've told you to do this, what I want you to do now is, I want you to tell me what you like, that same thing that you like about a woman's body, but now I want you to use conscious movements as you're doing that. Because now you're bringing together the masculine and the feminine. And I'll show you, all right? I'll show you a bit of stillness and expression when I'm doing this story now.
So combining both.
Yes, I'll show you first, all right? What I like about a woman's ass is when I'm there with it. And I feel that if I would just touch it, my whole body would just turn on. And I really get into it. Being there and seeing her ass plump and being able to move, that's one of my most blissful things that I could ever feel. Do you see how both played out?
It's intense, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But that's when you bring both together. When I'm in front of a woman, I'm never ever being one-sided. Because even if she's doing all this and she's moving a lot, sometimes I'll say, stop moving. You have to. Really, sometimes. Especially if she's 19, sometimes I'm like, yeah, you got to stop moving. Yeah, you really got to stop moving because you're moving too much. She's like, I just want to go here and I just want to do this. Or, come on, are we going to go over here? I'm like, relax and don't ask any more questions. And I'm not saying it from a place of, I'm the leader, you're the follower. I'm saying it from a place of, relax, I got the wheel. So do it again, and I want you to emote, still. Emote, still. But the whole time, you're conscious of everything you're doing. This is how you bring both together. So start to breathe. Become aware of your breath. Now go.
So what I really like about a woman are her hips. The shape of that. And whenever I dance with a woman, the way she moves her hips like this, that's what really turns me on. And that's my favorite part about a woman.
Very good. All right. Now, stay here for a moment. Stay here. Put your arms down. Put your arms down. Now, I saw the jittering and the shaking. Yeah, you're a bit nervous now.
Yeah.
Yep. Spread your legs more. Now, what I want you to do is the shaking came from here. So that means your throat tightened up. Yep. So I want you to take a deep breath and feel the entire front of your body relax. As if everybody in the crowd knows who you are now. Look at everybody. If you feel any tightness, relax it. Whether it be around your heart, your throat, around this area here, relax it all. Remain open to the crowd, even when you're scared. How does it feel?
Good. A lot of integrity.
Absolutely. This is what it's like when you're scared and you remain open. Because most people, when they get scared, they either flee or they stay there and close down. Everybody has just become different to you. It's not like the eyes are on me now. It's now I'm connecting with the audience because I'm open. I'm not closed down to whatever sensation I'm feeling. Very good.
Thank you so much.
All right, round of applause for him. That's open and scared. I walk around with this when I'm in field because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm open to everything happening to me, whether it be I'm at night or during the day. I remain open and scared.
I recognize that being open would be really great, but it's just like sometimes I still have it that like I just shut off. How then to be open? I mean, to have more fun, I feel that I can open, but if I'm having a night like little meetings and things like that, then I'm shut off. And then how can I be open then?
The number one, I'll answer your question. The number one way to stay open when you're like, okay, I want to open, but then I want to have fun and all these things, is breath. I can tell you right now, if you say you're closed, it's because you closed your breath. The masculine is this moment. Presence. Here. Now. That's the masculine. Closure does not exist in this present moment. The same breath control that I just taught this guy here is the same breath control you can do when you feel afraid in a moment. Because as for men, whether it be expressing sexuality, we begin to get... Do you know where your perineum is? All you guys know where your perineum is? Between your ass and your balls. There's a spot there called your perineum. And that spot tends to clench up if you're not used to expressing your sexuality. And a lot of guys are not even aware of that because they've been doing it their whole life, and it's an unconscious response that they're used to. So when you saw me point to his dick area, I was pointing there because that is a part of the man's body that we tend to close up when we're around women. What I'm going to do now is that I'm going to give you guys how this relates to pickup, open relationships, and relationships. Because who in here is interested in one day marrying somebody or being with a life partner? That's most everybody in here. Okay. Who's interested in experimenting with open relationships? Everybody in here. And everybody in here, obviously, is interested in pickup. Let's start with pickup, though. We're going to go down the line. When I see a woman that I'm interested in, I see her. Let's say that I'm walking down the street and I see her coming towards me. As she's coming towards me, I can do one of two things. I can avoid her. Well, I have three things. I can avoid her, close down, or talk to her. Remember I told you, when you see something, many times a woman you want, you tend to close down, avoid, or the third thing you can do is you can go talk to the woman, even when you're open and scared. So she's walking towards me, and as she's walking towards me, I allow myself to lock in only on her. When I lock in on the woman, she's the only woman that matters in the world in this moment. Guys are like, how do I stop caring about what people think? The way you stop caring about what people think, train your focus. A lot of times your focus diverts to, okay, what about this guy? Okay, what about this woman with this baby? Okay, what about this old lady walking next to her looking grumpy? Like, no. Lock in on the woman and give her your entire presence. Because if you want to learn how to start being the full masculine right away when you walk and talk to a woman, start before you get to her. And then when you get to her, it'll be easier. So I start to breathe deep and full when I see her. I notice her when I'm mesmerized by. The desire that I feel that when I see her is what I'm going to tell her. Whether I think she is sexy, I love the way her hips move like him. I love the radiance that she shows. She looks incredibly cute in her dress. Whatever it is, I'm going to give it to her, and that's my truth. Like I told you, the masculine is complete truth. A woman doesn't care about the compliment you give her. She cares about the energy that's behind it. So you go up to a woman and you say, you look so cute to me. And she's like, thank you, and walks. But when you stop a woman, if you're really fully filling into that desire of the fact that, okay, this woman is cute to me and I'm going to tell her, whether she likes it or not, that's when you're the true masculine. So when you stop her, she feels the full energy of what you say. I think you look so cute. And the energy that comes from that is just as strong as if you said you look sexy, beautiful, any of that, because those words have strong charge, but underneath, a lot of times, it's not a strong charge because the guy, he's not fully expressed when he says it. Be mesmerized by the compliment that you're going to give the girl. Get used to being fully expressed with what it is you want to say to a woman. Fully expressed. Don't boat over like, you look amazing, everything about you. Not like that, but be really into it when you give it. If it's cute, say it like you really mean it. If she's sexy, you say it with clear eye contact, looking her right in the eyes and say, you look sexy today. She'll feel it. She could feel it here. She could feel it here. Depends on the way you say it. You stop the girl, you give her the compliment. Now, what happens? You get the ball rolling. Now, I don't have enough time to tell you guys how to, do all of that. But you get the ball rolling. You start to figure out, you want to find out who she is. Now, this is where holding space comes in. Holding space is stepping outside and letting her express herself. Guys are always worried about, okay, how can I get this woman to chase me? How can I get this woman to start being into me and qualifying herself and investing in the interaction? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Really hold a space for her to be what she wants to be. Hold a space for her to express herself in the way she wants to express herself. How do you do that? I'm there talking to a woman, and I ask her, tell me something that you enjoy doing right now in life. And she goes, I like dance. I don't hop in right away. I hold space. I'm patient. I'm not in a rush. The fact that I'm not in a rush, it lets her know that I'm fully there. If I'm in a rush, I'll start speaking too fast, too much. The moment she goes, or even if she goes, I don't know, I hop in like, well, do you like this? And do you like this? She's like, you're like, well, what about this? And you start giving her options. You're stealing the charm away from her. That charm is feminine expression. Her opening up. Because if there's something that a woman loves, it's opening more around a man than what she was previously. She wants to open more to you. You have to understand this. She wants to open to you. She does. And actually what it is, to give you guys what it actually is, she's opening more to herself around you. A lot of guys say, well, I just want to get her to open to me. I'm like, you're not getting her to open to you. She's opening to herself around you, and now she associates that when I'm around this man, I can be the fullest expression of who I am. That's what it is. So I hold space for her to tell me all she's going to tell me. And in this, I'm not in a rush to give her a compliment about what she says. I'm not in a rush to qualify her. I'm saying, what does she give me so I can see, does me and this woman have connection? Do we have chemistry? Chemistry is built when two people can come together. One can hold space for the other to express. One can hold space for the other to express. And in that, they start to know, okay, do we vibe or not? But when a guy is bolting forward, and he's not letting the woman express herself, she gets turned off by him. And the prettier she is, the more she's dealt with it. If there's any woman on earth who's dealt with it the most and understands what I'm talking about, is a pretty woman. She gets this all the time. Well, he didn't let me talk about me. He was just going forward and giving me all these compliments about things that don't even matter. And I didn't even get a chance to express all the things I wanted to because he didn't shut up. Shut up. Allow yourself to hold space, give her the chance to express herself, and then from that place, a lot of times she'll go, so what do you do? What are you into? Because she knows that you're not there to take anything from her. You're there to have a shared experience. When you're with a woman, if you're going forward so fast, it is not a together experience. It is you trying to seduce her and her going up against the wall. It is a mix of expression of what you want to say, holding space, letting her express, you two vibing together through the conversation, and then leading it from there when it needs to. Of course, there's so many different levels to this, but that's the gist of it. Hold space from now on when you're talking to women. Hold more space. When you feel like you want to jump in and start saying stuff, take a few more seconds and don't say anything. If she's in a rush, don't go into Mr. Don't Say Anything, of course. You're going to have to adapt to the situation, but hold space more.